Camera, if you could. But okay. Sponsored logos back in action here for the DreamHack Winter Finals. This is still the initial group stages for groups A and B here, guys. Spawning in the top right corner of the map for Team Liquid, though. It's the first time we get to see this guy today. It's none other than TaeJa.
The bottom right's Oz, the blue Zerg. It's Leenock.
Okay, so once again, we got to get back into casting good old-fashioned Heart of the Swarm here. We just came off of yet another Legacy of the Void show match for funsies to fill that downtime. And, Leenock and TaeJa is a really interestingly matched TVZ. We saw Leenock kind of struggle a little bit earlier, and his series didn't look so hot, but this guy is quite fierce when it comes to this particular matchup. I think the problem is, though, he is going up against TaeJa. I mean, does anyone play better than TaeJa when TaeJa's playing well? I mean, seriously, that's
Yeah. You'd want to say TaeJa is fierce in every matchup, but fierce is the wrong word because he himself is not fierce. He's not robotic either. He's like innovation. He's
a special guy. I don't know where we're going with this. That's contributing.
Yeah, you can shoot so much. He's just calm. He just knows what he's doing. He's gonna do it. It's not even like about emotions, all right?
As much as I want to poke jokes, that is actually pretty much nail on the head. That is the thing about TaeJa, like methodical, collected. Like when he's getting all in, you don't really see him panic. You know, he's always got his head screwed on just right. So I think a lot of this comes into, is he unbeatable? Not at all. We've seen people beat TaeJa. It's just a matter of, is Leenock capable of it? There's some Zerg players out there, like take a look at his Solar that past IEM. You know, it's possible to go toe to toe with TaeJa and take games off him. It just feels like of late, when there's an actually substantial amount of prize pool on the line, it's just so difficult to actually even do that much.
So, again, this is kind of like, it's not the decider. It's the decider match for TaeJa, right? Whether or not he gets out right now.
I think he's pretty locked into getting out of this group, though. He would have to lose all 3 of the remaining best of 3s to tank his map score and his overall score.
There's only...
Or 2, sorry, like, the 2 less.
Yeah.
2 best of 3s remaining. Yeah.
Okay, then, got it. Alright, so there's still a couple more games to be played before we can really start calling, I guess. But yeah, TaeJa looking pretty locked in here anyways.
I guess that is kind of again, it is a little bit weird, guys. I know these aren't your typical group stages. You know, there's not the winner's bracket, the loser's bracket, or anything quite like that. That's actually going to come in this tomorrow's stage following up. But yeah, the groups are pretty much score, map score, and such.
In results, there's a nice fancy dancy infographic for you regarding how you tell who's going to get out and whatnot in the live report thread. This live report thread has everything.
Did Learning make it?
Hold on. Yes.
Then, of course, it's got everything. The guy who's like the beast, the chief.
It's pretty impressive. Bunny not looking so hot. Leenock is actually, I mean, not looking so hot either. He would love to win this one. For sure.
It's not even love. It's like necessary. Like, if he doesn't, he is so screwed. I mean, at this point, like, it's Leenock and Bunny. I'm actually more shocked, as weird as it is, that Bunny's at the bottom of this group rather than Leenock. Like, I didn't think, looking at this group stage, Leenock was the scariest name in here, but I don't know. It's so weird. You look at this, it's Leenock and Bunny. They're such amazing players. How do you get them to the bottom of a group? By stacking the group with even more amazing players. I mean, that's it. It's the finals. Like, to get here, you pretty much have to finish like top 4 or straight up won a DreamHack to participate in DreamHack Winter.
Yeah. Pretty prestigious stuff.
Yeah, just a little.
Oh, well. I guess we bought enough time to talk about what's actually happening. It's one of the things you're gonna not miss in Legacy of the Void, am I right? We have medevac, Hellions, Marines, and Marines actually blocking out the overload from scouting, but it's 4 Marines being shown isn't quite enough to definitely tell that's going to be the build, the drop, but it's a good guess if you're going to prepare.
Well, it's nice too for TaeJa. Like, the armory doesn't exactly have the biggest build time in the world. Like, if you see an opening for Hellbats, you can squeeze that in for sure. But yeah, this is pretty much just the Hellions with the medevac follow up. This is a push that, like, with or without Hellions turning into Hellbats, it's just been so hard to deal with. Like this early marine damage. Some players have been blindly going for things like medevacs, but Leenock perhaps a little preoccupied thinking there's going to be tanks out. A little bit worried about the fact that this is Deadwing. We never really did address that, but TaeJa's not a player I can really see abusing that so much. Like, standard is as standard does, you know?
A little bit. This used to be like the standard, maybe even more so than 3cc. Just everyone was doing this build, but it was a little rare to see. Now, Leenock did build a Baneling Nest. It just finished, and he does morph in 6 Banelings, pretty much just in time to make sure that, you know, no queens die unnecessarily. Of course, the hatch definitely doesn't die. He's very well prepared, but the thing about the medevac is that he can fly around for a very long time.
Yeah, the Banelings, they're going to be great for the Marines if they can connect, but I mean, this is more for Hellbats than it is for the Hellions. I think he thought there was going to be that follow-up, but TaeJa actually has the 3rd on location. He doesn't have an armory down in the slightest, so no Hellbats to be seen.
Going into bio, as TaeJa usually. Bio.
Wait, guys! Guys! There you go. JK. This is like when your friend keeps stopping and you like to pick at the door and he just drives forward like 5 feet again. Like,
yeah, it is.
Move, bro. But this is a really nice move out of Leenock. He's gonna get canceled command center. You know, it's always a bit risky. You can build this on location and it's totally worth the time it saves, but you know, risking moments like this kind of sucks. So had TaeJa say built that at the edge of his 3rd, or his natural rather, he would have had that finish. He would have been making that an orbital right now. But Leenock trades out his lings to delay a 3rd from a Terran player. I think that's pretty nice.
Yeah. It was quite a number of lings where usually you get some type of trade on the Hellions, but counterattack not going to be too threatening with that Spine Crawler. Spine Crawler pretty important here. I think without it, TaeJa just drops the Marines and tries to snipe off the Banelings one by one. And he goes into the main instead.
Hellions actually have, as long as you have the high ground vision, they got the range to reach that mineral line.
No, well on the bottom, but not like where TaeJa's going.
Yeah, not over here at 30. He's just checking to see if there's a base sticking. But yeah, the drop in the main coming here. Not quite any Banelings just yet, but they will pop on this with TaeJa. He's paying attention. He picks up right away. Hellion's going to try and go through once again. He sees some Banelings there. That's a big old nope. Now, the nice thing is keeping these Hellions alive will transition to the later game. I mean, you're not rushing out an armory if you're not doing a Hellbat push, but you're eventually going to need one for your upgrades. So, the longer he keeps these alive, the higher chance he actually has some Hellbats to pepper his army with a little bit later on. But it's TaeJa, and honestly, it would be weird to see Met come out of him, so the bio coming along quite nicely.
Agreed. Spire's on the way. That seems kind of like a late-ish Spire, just little bits. It looks like the medevacs are gonna have at least one kind of double drop they could get off before the mutas become too big of a threat. This one should just be picked up.
Yeah, he doesn't. TaeJa don't waste time.
No, he doesn't. He's everywhere. All eyes everywhere.
Well, let's actually get a wall off here too. This is a map though, guys, where like I wouldn't say it's easy to take a 4th, but once you get there, you've pretty much guaranteed to keep it for a while. It is really hard to break that positioning for both Terran and Zerg alike to get past this like one consolidated battleground on either side of the field. Leenock being very active with these links, like he's not just setting him and forgetting him, he's trying to dodge this army and at the very least see what's going on. If he does run up this ramp, he's kind of guaranteed to lose them all for free though. Just take some Hellion blasts.
Yeah. TaeJa really gearing up for the big push. He doesn't choose to go for, well, actually, an attack goes down here. He wants to pick up, actually just splits.
Ooh, actually eats a lot of Banelings. I thought it was going to go way better for TaeJa.
Yeah, well, he still kept enough alive that he clears up the creep that he wanted to begin with, but yeah, maybe saving them for later would have been a better idea. Hellbat transforming on top of Lings, not the greatest option they have. Well, he's trying to do a lot with what he has, and I mean, it's like he's like really losing out a whole lot. Whoa, that was a nice hit with the Widowmine.
Except for the Banelings earlier, but Leenock still with a little too much to deal with. TaeJa can keep fighting, but Leenock as he pushes off the creep. We'll see if he overextends or not, but without mutas, there's no way to catch those medevacs. So this has pretty much been, I guess, good time bought for Leenock, but this is this is like the sort of thing where we start seeing Terran players fall ahead or splurge ahead, I guess, in supply, we could say. But rather than that being the timing right now, Leenock is still maintaining a pretty nice supply count. He's not suddenly finding himself 50 supply down. Whoa. And he is starting to get those meters out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna mention that TaeJa did not choose to like load up 2 medevacs and go straight to the main or the third, which is an option if the meters are coming out as late as they are. Always a dangerous one though. That also might be why he was so hesitant in picking up, expecting the meters to come out at any second. Now he sees them, confirms that I guess they are there. I think any non-Muta attack would have already happened, and I'm all in. Which you've been seeing lately just because of those matches we were casting a couple of days ago. What was it, like Bly or someone? I forget.
I want to say yes.
Okay. No, Nurchio. It was Nurchio.
Oh, yeah, right, Nurchio. Oh, yeah, Nurchio for the Zotac. That's what we're talking about, sorry. We're just going, like, massive amounts of banelings and massive Zerglings. I mean, it's crazy stuff to watch. Especially if we consider, I think, like, maybe 11 mutas were made between, like, a whole best of 3.
Yeah, it was pretty insane. But not the case, of course, here. Leenock can play standard TVZ. Upgrades are about to finish for both players. And TaeJa, I mean, it looked like he overstepped during those engagements. It was like a sequence of like 5 engagements, but it seems like it was really not the case. He just took fair enough engagements that now it's going to be the case where it's like, well, now the Thor comes in, now the Widowmine count starts to get high, and staying on the edge of creep is just scarier for the Zerg, you know? Like, oh god, that army's right there. It's so scary.
Yeah, I'm surprised he is sticking around here. I mean, like, vision is one thing, but you risk losing so many mutas. We have this sort of baneling segment, or possible baneling segment off here to the left side. This will be really nice for later on. But TaeJa's still sitting on 3 bases, by the way. I was really expecting him to lunge for that 4th. It's only just now coming down. You know, don't have to make a quick play for it, but still, with the amount of just back and forth with the map, I guess when he was a little bit worried he wouldn't have the army to fight with. So, you know, putting every mineral possible into Marines, into Thors, into Widowmines.
Yeah. I like his missile turret coverage as well. Oh, ooh, ow. It was like 5-4 inches right there. But also the missile turrets right here. They're blocking off the production. Not enough to, you know, fully stop mutas. They've hardly ever enough.
Cancels the command center, though.
Yeah,
every time TaeJa wants to expand, he just can't. It's always going to take some guff for it.
Ling going back into the 3rd again. This shouldn't deal a lot of damage, but I like that he targeted on the missile turrets. Now the mutas, they can go in there if they want to. This is dangerous. This is you know, he's not going to be able to do game mana damage. It's not enough to stay on top of production and just, you know, stop the Terran from reproducing. But it is, you know, the mutas away from the main army. So TaeJa has the option to pick up if he goes on a creep and things go south.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you're... with the mutas, you want to really bait the Terran player back home more than anything else. Sadly, that didn't quite work, so now he finds himself rushing back home. But still, so many Zerglings, so many banelings.
Yeah. So a couple of Widowmines get, well, actually, no, they just explode on the mutas. So the Thor is hopefully going to soak up some baneling hits. Good splits, of course, it is TaeJa. Forced to retreats. Leenock down by 20 supply, however. 4th base about to finish.
I like how we just kind of wrote that off too. It's like, it's TaeJa, like we expect him to split. The job at the 3rd does get a couple of drone kills here. That's where the macro hatchery is, so he's going to be able to just produce whatever he needs to, including drones to replace that. In fact, 12 more are on the way. Leenock's still roaming around the map with a ton of lings, though, and still, I just want to stress, like, he's down in supply kind of barely. This is still one of those things where when a Terran player starts winning, they start winning pretty hard, usually with a massive supply jump, but a lot of these lings get caught in the middle of the map.
I like that Widowmine just stuck there. He knows that Leenock's trying to continuously hit him with counterattacks, but he's going to have 3 armor at least in a couple of seconds, as well as a planetary fortress at the 4th. So he's feeling pretty good. Now he doesn't know that Leenock hasn't expanded elsewhere in terms of like the left side of the map. I think he's just kind of guessing right now. Drops they're not really the biggest thing in TVZ anymore. We did see TaeJa try a couple.
Leenock catching a couple of the SCVs here.
Ooh.
Thor, please. Like,
I Thor could have gotten a good shot.
He had to load his guns. He's fresh. He's brand new, right? He's the new guy. Doesn't have to do this yet. The Marauders on the front line, of course, you're going to help soak a lot of the banelings. Let's not forget, TaeJa did not skip over the contested shell. So the problem is there might just be too many banelings. I don't know. This is going to be really tight on this attack, but TaeJa split already ahead of time. I don't know, there's no follow-up. Like, this is everything for Leenock here on the front lines. There's no round 2 of banelings morphing in behind this. He doesn't fully wipe the army. The hope is that the mutas can come home to clean this up. The magic box over the Thors may be, but there's Widowmines to worry about. There's still Marines on the ground. It's not going to be an easy hold if he does, and that's a big if.
Oh, the meters are gonna go down. Gee.
If only Doors had the auto repair ability.